Good morning. This is Carlos from Hybrid Records, the channel where we will defend Kokomo by the Beach Boys with our dying breath. It's a good song. I like it. It's fun. I will not be taking any further questions on the subject, but I went on a road trip to buy some records to bring back to the shop, and so that's why we're here today. Coming up. All right, like I said, I took a road trip. I went up to the Austin Record Convention to try to find some good stuff, maybe stuff we don't normally see, maybe stuff that people are always asking for, to bring back to the shop. So I'm going to show you some of that stuff, but first, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the bell icon so that you get notifications whenever we post a new video. Like this video so that the algorithm does what it do. And if you're not already, follow us on social media, Instagram at HybridRecordsTX, Twitter at HybridRecordsTX, Facebook.com/HybridRecordsTX, and HybridRecordsTX.com is the home base. Check out the Hybrid Record Club while you're at it. You know what it is. So now that that's out of the way, if you saw my last video, you saw something I'm going to be doing at the beginning of the video, which is talk to you about the most recent record that I was listening to or show it to you. That's somewhat of a lie this week because this actually wasn't spinning on my turntable, but it was the record that I listened to on my way to and from Austin. I was really vibing, Posy vibes only on this channel. And so I was listening to Canadian Funk Lords Chromeo, killer record. Great band. I also hope that the Quarantine Casanova EP gets a vinyl pressing because I need that in my life. Need it. But yeah, I was listening to this. Room Service is a great album ender. Love it. But yeah, so that's what was going on with that. Now, I thought about this a lot, and I decided that I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I picked up for the personal collection, so it's a little 2-in-1 type of video situation, but I decided I'm going to show it to you first. That way you can get mad at me for a little bit, just a little bit, a little tiny bit, and then I'll show you some of the stuff that is going to be in the shop and available, so you'll be less mad at me by the end of the video. So that's what we're going to do. The Austin Record Convention is always fun because there's so much stuff. I don't think there were quite as many vendors this year as there was in 2019 the last time I went, but still a lot of vendors. Get to see people from across the state that I don't get to see on a normal basis, so shouts out to Zach and Zeke from Crazy Rhythms in San Antonio, and shouts out to my boys Zach and Isaac from the Valley at Soundstream Records on Instagram, or you can find them under a similar name, I believe, on Discogs if you want to buy some stuff from them. But they hooked your boy up with this one. Finally, La Familia Inc. If you're from South Texas like I am, you know Little Joe and the Latinaires, or Little Joey La Familia, or Little Joey Johnny y La Familia. And so, yeah, this is Chicano soul funk banger. It's a killer Chicano funk record, not super crazy, insanely rare, like maybe some of the 45s that exist in the Chicano soul genre, but still not one you see every day. I actually have a copy of this in the shop for sale right now that is a bit cleaner than this one is, but I sell you guys the cleaner stuff because I care about you. And I'll take the little crackles until maybe I can find an upgrade copy at some point. This one plays perfectly fine for me and my taste. So thanks to Soundstream for hooking your boy up with this one. Very glad to have it in the collection. I really wanted to keep the one that's in the shop right now, but I was like, you know what? Can't do it. Now, this is one you're going to be real mad at me for. This artist appeared in my 5 Grails video, and this is now a record that would find a place in that video or in a future video. Maybe it will, but since I'm talking about it now, it probably won't. But I saw this, and it was such a killer deal. I couldn't pass it up. I really went back and forth on whether I was going to sell it or not, but I'll never find a copy of this so cheap again. Self-titled Townes Van Zandt. OG Poppy. There's 2 different versions of this like original pressing on Discogs. There's a deep groove pressing, which sells for a little bit less than this one, which is the non-deep groove. But yeah, such a good record. This is probably a VG minus-ish copy. But there's not a lot of surface noise, like background shh kind of noise necessarily. There's some crackling that appears, but when there's not crackling, it's playing at a nice, at strong VG, if not VG plus. So I can handle that. I can handle the ring wear. It gives it a little character. No seam splits or anything unseemly like that. But yeah, so definitely got to keep this one. Really, really stoked to have it in my collection, and could not believe that I found somebody who was asking under $50 for this record. The last copy that sold on Discogs, I believe, was a G Plus on the disc and a VG sleeve condition, and it sold for like 140. So yeah, definitely got to hold on to that. Now, this next one is the end of the records that I'm keeping, and also the beginning of the records that I picked up that I'm going to be putting out in the shop. So hold on to your butts for that one. Jimmy Cliff, The Harder They Come. I found 2 copies of this record. This particular copy that I'm holding in my hands right now is the one that will be for sale. You'll be able to purchase this exact copy in the shop because it's got a nice clean cover. The vinyl is real clean. The copy that I kept for myself has like a lot of staining and kind of yellowing on the cover. The disc plays really nice, but this is closer to like near mint level, and the one I have is like a strong VG, maybe VG plus borderline. So gonna be selling this one. What a amazing record. So good. Love Jimmy Cliff. Got to see him at ACL in 2016. Most of the frat boys that were there at the time did not recognize what was happening, and so the stage wasn't super crowded and packed like ACL can tend to be at times. So me and Nathan got to get up and see him in an uncrowded situation. They opened with this like hand percussion kind of rhythm that took him straight into Rivers of Babylon, and it was amazing. Chef's kiss. All right, so now fully this is all the stuff that I picked up in Austin that is going to be available. And I'm going to start off by showing you some soundtracks. Now, I picked up quite a few soundtracks. If you are familiar with me and with the store, you know that I love soundtracks, and that soundtracks are something that we pride ourselves on, that we try to keep in stock as much as possible. As the soundtrack game has increased in popularity, that becomes more and more difficult. Things are selling out so fast that it's hard to just have them in stock all the time, but we do bring them in. We do pre-orders for stuff. Disclaimer: none of this stuff will be available until Friday at 11 a.m. This video is posting Thursday. It's not available today. If you're watching this Thursday, these records are not for sale yet. We got to clean them, we got to price them, we got to do our due diligence to make sure that the quality is there. So that's why, we kind of delay releases from when we get stuff in a little bit. I picked up a lot, and I'm only going to show you a few, mostly because there were several soundtracks that as soon as I found them, I knew immediately who the buyer was. We have a regular at the shop. Shouts out to the homie Sean, who's always coming in. He comes in all the time. Sometimes just hangs out, sometimes picks some stuff up, but always will talk to us about records and about things that he's looking for. And so, small tangent, I guess. This is why independent record stores are so important, in my opinion. I talk a lot about indie record store culture. It means a lot to me, as I discovered my love of vinyl in an indie record store that led me to then opening my own. But if you have that relationship with your local record store, wherever it is that you may be, the people that work there, the clerks that you build those relationships with, they remember that you're looking for the Princess Bride soundtrack. They remember that you're looking for whatever it is, and they will remember when that record comes in, and they'll be like, oh, I gotta hit this person up. I know they've been on the hunt for this. We just got it. I'll give them first dibs. So that kind of thing happens, and that's why the culture is important, and that's why you should take advantage of that, I feel. But that's neither here nor there. Just my quick spiel on why independent record stores are so important. I'll stop talking and we'll just look at records. I know I'm always trying to talk about how these videos are going to be shorter, and it never happens, so I'm going to show records, I'm going to talk about them a lot less, we're going to blow through them. Here we go. Soundtracks. Return of the Living Dead 2. Promo stamp. Boom. OG 20th Century Fox press of Star Wars. Not A New Hope, just Star Wars. Dune, baby. This is one we don't see very often. Very excited for the new film starring Timothée Chalamet. And then if you're into Regions of Peril and or Scientology, we got the Top Gun soundtrack for you. This next one was funny because I just recently picked up a kind of mid-70s reissue of this with a big chunk taken out of the jacket. This one does not have a big chunk taken out of the jacket. And on top of that, it is an original 2i pressing Miles Davis Bitches Brew. Same cover artist that did Santana's Abraxas. This is a killer record. If you didn't already know, we had some reissues of it come in recently that went super fast. So Kiss, Dressed to Kill. Earlier Kiss stuff we don't see quite as much of, so definitely had to snag that one. This one, Houston Psychedelia, ugh, it's early, Fever Tree. I always pick this one up whenever I see it because it's really good, it's not expensive, famously sampled on Madvillain on the song America's Most Blunted. So always good to have in the collection. If you're a fan of psych rock, definitely should have it. If you're a fan of Texas and Texas music, definitely should have it. So we're gonna have that one going out as well. Prince, gotta have Prince. This is Prince's first record for you, often overlooked, very good though. And then the perennial classic, 1999. Both of those going out. Here's the guy who wrote that Captain and Tennille song. Willis Allen Ramsey, really great country record, put out this one record and kind of disappeared. I think as recently as like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, he put out another record, but so he disappeared for like 40 years. But really good. This is the original on the Shelter label with the manually blacked out Superman logo. I also have a second copy of this that's like an early reissue on the kind of tan yellowish Shelter label. So 2 copies, 2 different price points depending on what kind of collector you are, but you can definitely snag a copy of this, which you should. DJ Jello Shot Certified Lakeside Outrageous. The title track is indeed outrageous. It's killer. Got some reggae for your head top. Bob Marley. Japanese pressing Bob Marley with the insert, no OBI strip though. Peter Tosh. Love it. Gotta have it. Dr. John, don't see it that often. Real clean disc on this Janis Joplin Greatest Hits, always gotta have it. This one's been going up in price lately and it is getting harder and harder to find. It was not as expensive as it is now when I first started seeing copies of this back in like 2016, but Shotgun Willie, the beginning of the outlaw phase. Classic Willie stuff. I also have a copy of So Then I Wrote, I believe is the title of it. Real early clean cut Willie, which I also love. Mr. Record Man is a great song. I mean, there's great songs in that, but it's not the outlaw stuff. It's more clean cut kind of country stuff, which I think is still good. Tracy Chapman, never see it. Good record though. Queen, everybody always asking about it. Minutemen, hardly ever see any Minutemen in the shop. This is the SST Records pressing. Always love to see some Kate Bush come through. I'm always preaching the gospel of Julie London. She's one of my favorite jazz pop vocalists. This is an original press right here with the kind of gold foil clock situation. This one is not an original, but an earlier reissue. This is one of my favorites from her. Really, really great vocalist in that kind of jazz pop era. If you're into that sort of thing, if you have Frank Sinatra records in your collection and you don't have Julie London records in your collection, I honestly just don't know what you're doing. You gotta have them. Joni Mitchell Blue, haven't had a copy of this in a very long time, but definitely one that people ask about, definitely one that is highly sought after, so I was very happy to find 2 copies of this. 1 copy I think is already sold though, but that's why I got 2. Mothers of Invention Freak Out. I love especially the psychedelic era of Frank Zappa. The later work, when it's instrumental, is good. Sometimes it gets a little goofy, but this record is great front to back. Wowie Zowie's a killer song. Help I'm a Rock. This is first pressing Hotspots ad. With the Hotspots ad. It's a strong VG copy, great play copy, not super expensive, but definitely if you do not have this record, you like stuff that's a little more out there, you like psych rock, you need to have this. All right, and this one I had a real hard time with. I really want to keep it because I love this record. It's such a good record, but I'll be fine with a reissue, and this is an OG pressing, 1995 Epitaph Records, and Out Come the Wolves. so many good songs in this record. Avenues and Alleyways, Time Bomb, Maxwell Murder, Ruby Soho, Journey to the End. I mean, basically the whole album is hits. But, you know, so this is very good. Very excited to have a copy of that. And so that's pretty much all I'm going to show you from the Austin haul. There is at least that much more, maybe twice that I didn't show, but that will be hitting the shop / the website Friday. But that was my most recent road trip to go pick up records for the shop. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment. You know, do what it is that you do on this here internet. But we will see you next time in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. See you later. Wait a second. Not done yet. That truly was it for the Austin Record Convention haul, but I actually shot this whole video once already, and I was going to be editing it so that it could get posted. And before I even got to start editing it, another collection came into the shop that is also going to be going out on Friday. And so I would be remiss if I didn't take the time to shoot this again so that I could show you this extra stuff that came in, because there's some goodies, some stuff that doesn't often come through the store. And so I'm going to be showing you that. It was a very heavy collection. Lots of doom, black metal, some stoner rock, those kinds of things. So let's just get straight into it. Darkthrone. There are multiple Darkthrone records that came in through this collection. This one, Under a Funeral Moon, was the one I chose to show because it is a limited, I think Gimme Metal is the name of the vinyl club pressing, colored vinyl, which I'm not going to take the time to go through all the taking it out of the sleeve to show you, but don't fret, the vinyl color is very dope. There's several other Darkthrone records though. Sun, Pyroclast, also have this is the pink vinyl version. There's also a copy of Life Metal, the RST version of that one. Sleep's Holy Mountain, purple vinyl, released by Earache. We don't really like Earache and the sketchy business practices and the fact that Sleep makes no money off of the sales of this record. But we didn't buy this from Earache, so you're good. But yeah, definitely gotta have it. There's also a copy of The Sciences that will be going out if you don't have that one yet. If you need Matt Pike, but you need him a little bit faster, High on Fire. That's also a colored vinyl, I believe, a Gimme Metal vinyl club pressing. Bell Witch, Mirror Reaper. This is a great record. We also have the Bell Witch demo on vinyl as well. This is like a light aquatic blue kind of vinyl. Pallbearer, this is one of 3 Pallbearer records. This is on light blue vinyl, limited to 100 copies. So definitely don't sleep on those. Mayhem. Demos featuring original vocalist Dead. This is one of 3 Mayhem records that we have in the shop. But, you know, just chose to show the one. We're not, but yeah, check that out. Stormtroopers of Death, yet again, another Gimme Vinyl club release. This one is on this like green and black kind of like camo colored situation. Again, not going to take it out and show it, but you can look at, I'll have pictures on the website. So if you don't already have this one in your collection and you want kind of a fancy one, this is it right there. And last but not least, you know, at least in terms of the stuff I'm going to show you, this one, again, just like with that Rancid, very tough not to keep, but it will make sense why I didn't here in a moment. But this was one I was very excited to see in the box when the collection came in. Typo Negative, Bloody Kisses, but not just any Typo Negative Bloody Kisses. This is the Record Store Day Black Friday 3 LP version. So it's got the bonus disc with that killer Black Sabbath cover on it. And, you know, reissued by Run Out Groove. It sounds great. I did have a copy of this at one point and sold it and got the cheaper 2 LP. Almost dropped it. Got the cheaper 2 LP version instead. And then I sold that one as well because box set right there. Boom. So really can't justify having 2 copies of this. So this one's going to go up on the wall. Lots of stuff going up on the wall, actually. But yeah, so that is a little taste of everything. We've also got the new St. Vincent record coming out on Friday, Phoebe Bridgers LP or EP coming out on Friday, collaborative Lonnie Holly record coming out on Friday, Dua Lipa's Moonlight edition of Future Nostalgia. What else am I missing? I'm missing something. Lots of killer new releases on Friday too, though, so don't sleep on those either. The Her soundtrack is coming in. Arcade Fire. But yeah, and last but not least, May 21st, which is about a week from when this video comes out, we are getting together with the Democratic Socialists of America Corpus Christi chapter, CC Mutual Aid, which helps to provide groceries and grocery delivery for people that can't go get them and can't afford them, and Food for the Homies, which works to prepare and deliver meals to the houseless community across Corpus Christi. Teaming up with all of them to have a dance party in our parking lot. I'm going to be DJing. My boy DJ Renee is going to be DJing. You may or may not know him from being the owner and proprietor of Dayglow Records back in the day, 2015, if that's the day. And also he works with Steven Wenselowitz on People of Corpus. So check them out on Instagram as well and Facebook. But yeah, killer dance party going to be happening. It's free, recommended donation to keep these community-centric organizations in operation. But if you just want to come and hang. But again, very highly recommended that you donate to these good causes. Marty McPies is going to be there slanging pies, so do not sleep on that. You can check out our social media for all of the exact details, time, and all of that kind of stuff, but do not sleep on that. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow or today or whenever, depending on when you're watching this. Again, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.